A new exhibition showing the personal items of a mystery 18th-century man, known as the Arnish Moor Man, has opened at the Kinloch Historical Society on the Isle of Lewis. The collection, comprising a well-preserved knitted bonnet and other items, represents the first time these items have been exhibited in a generation. The story of the Arnish Moor Man dates back to 1964, when the remains of a young man were discovered in a peat bank on Arnish Moor, south of Stornoway. Forensic research found that he was between 20 and 25 years old and had suffered a fatal head injury, suggesting he may have been murdered. Despite extensive inquiry, his identity remains unclear. However, his clothing and possessions provide vital insight into life in the Outer Hebrides during the early 1700s. Among the most fascinating items recovered was a knitted bonnet, which has now turned a brownish-green color over time. Analysis has discovered traces of indigo dye, indicating that it was originally a traditional blue bonnet, a common accessory in the Scottish Highlands and Islands during the 18th century. Accompanying the bonnet in the exhibition are a wooden comb and quills, implying that the young man may have been educated, possibly a scholar or an apprentice clerk. His clothes, which featured a neatly made but heavily worn jacket covered with hand-stitched repairs, further imply he was a young man of modest means who took pride in his appearance. Unfortunately, the delicate condition of the garments has made them too fragile for display. Although the discovery was made in the 20th century, the narrative of a murder on Arnish Moor had long been embedded in local folklore, passed down through generations. Now, with the exhibition, these historical narratives are being revisited and re-examined. Dr. Anna Groundwater, Principal Curator of Renaissance and Early Modern History at National Museum Scotland, explained, "We don't know who this person was, but the quality of his clothes and possessions paints a portrait of a learned young man who cared about how he looked, despite being of limited means. We do know that his life was cut tragically short." It has been a privilege to work with colleagues at the Kinloch Historical Society and with the local community in Lewis to bring his story to life and learn more about the historical context and oral traditions that surround the mystery of the Arnish Moor Man. Anna Mackenzie, Heritage Manager at the Kinloch Historical Society, said, "The story of the Arnish Moor Man is one that appears regularly in our local folklore. What happened to this young man is a mystery. By hosting this exhibition, we hope members of the public will be inspired to revisit the tales they grew up with and seek answers about this 18th-century murder." The Kinloch Historical Society is very proud of the relationship we are building with National Museum Scotland. They have been a great source of support, and it is a privilege to be displaying these items that have never before been shown locally. The exhibition, which is made possible through National Museum Scotland's National Strategy Programme, will run until March 2026. This effort ensures that objects from the national collection are shared with museums and communities across Scotland, bringing history closer to the people. Currently, over 2,500 pieces from the national collection are on loan to various institutions. The Arnish Moor Man exhibition offers visitors a rare opportunity to explore the life and tragic fate of a young man whose narrative has remained a mystery for decades.